So with this project, we don't have a reference, but we are inspired by, his name is Gary Frederick, right?
Right.
Right. So we're inspired by his painting, whimsical, cute painting. So we're coming up with our own design, and we're going to use different colors. So I have here ultramarine violet, yellow ochre, Naples yellow, and I am going to mix for the first layer some of the ultramarine violet into the yellow ochre. We're going to start with this one here, this house, the one in the center. His paintings are watercolor, so the effect that we're going to get here might be slightly different, but it will be playful, whimsical, and fun to do. The nice thing about this project is that we don't have to have straight lines. We can do anything we want. Now going further down, I'm going to change the color a bit. So I'm going to take, at this point, yellow ochre, Naples yellow, come here, and change a bit. Soft blending. You know, maybe add a bit of white. We'll go back to it anyway and adjust when it's dry. This is a very kind of we need to make it more like a watercolor. So don't go, your paint shouldn't be too thick. That's what I'm trying to say. Water down your paint a bit. Gonna darken right here where the house, darken it, meaning I pick up the ultramarine violet with yellow ochre. Okay. This is a completely different technique. Okay. I'm adding now white to my yellow ochre and Naples yellow. A bit of white. And I'm going to come here. Ah, that's nice. Okay, I like this layering of colors, one on top of each other. Nice, nice. Okay, good. Okay, for the one in the front, and I'll pause after this. I'll do this one and then I'll pause. I'm using yellow ochre, Naples yellow, and white. Let's put the white here. And I'm kind of making my color, my paint, a little bit more watery, like a glaze. Nice. I usually kind of add a tiny bit of darker color at the bottom part. So darker, that means I added a tiny bit of ultramarine violet. Oh, wow, so cute.
100% your style, eh?
I love this kind of style, yes. I think this is still, yeah, still wet. I'm going to pause for a minute so I can, I'm going to wait for it to dry. All right, let's do that. So let's highlight. So I'm taking yellow ochre, a bit of Naples yellow, a little bit of white, water, a little bit of water with the corner of my brush, not much. And then I'm going to start highlighting this one here. And when you do, don't highlight all the way up. When you do a thin layer of paint, it's better because you can have this kind of variation in color because it's not thick and you can still see through, see underneath. Not too thin, not too thin. Enough to feel like a fluid acrylic. And I'm going to keep some parts not highlighted. Very, very soft, soft, soft touch with my brush. I'm leaving underneath the window sill dark, up here dark, because this is where the roof is going to cast a shadow. Underneath this part. And now I'm going to take more of this Naples yellow and white. And again, highlight this one. We don't want it to look clean, too clean. So now I have some of these highlights right here. And I'm going to be adding a tiny bit of ultramarine violet. So the more I go down, kind of a little bit darker. Go back. Pick up some. Okay, that's good. I'm going to pick up a direction of the sun. Let's say it's going from right to left, because I have more buildings this way, or the bigger buildings are this way, bigger ones. And I'm going to put some I'm going to be putting some, oh, sorry, I need to get the right brush, round brush. All right. Shadows. So I'm mixing ultramarine violet with a tiny bit of yellow ochre. You'll get more shadow on this side, wider. This is narrower, right here. And yes, the shadows are going across this way, but I am not doing this with the windowsills. I'm just going to keep them straight. There. Highlights, or the light color is dry. It's drying darker. It's okay. Actually, let's keep the shadows going, straight. Let's not make it more difficult by, I mean, if you look at his paintings, shadows always from top to bottom, like from top, and some on the side too. gonna also paint the little one here, this house right there on the side. So I'm gonna take, for that one, I'm gonna take a bit of red, cadmium red light. And mix it with Naples yellow. It will give me this beautiful salmon-y color or peach color. I'm going to add ultramarine violet for the darks. Shadows. Okay, good. You're welcome to paint the door any color you like, the front door. I'm going to use red for the front door, but I'm going to mix my red with, I'll try to mix the red with a bit of ultramarine violet to make it a tiny bit darker. And see how it goes.
That's red light.
Cadmium red light.
Yeah.
I'm adding tiny more of the ultramarine violet, bottom part of the door. Let's take now ultramarine, I'm sorry, cadmium red, add to it Naples yellow, All right. Perfect. All right. So we're going to paint the stones right here. And I'm going to take titanium buff. This will be my main color. And what I'm going to do is dip in that titanium buff other colors in there. So I'm going to take titanium buff. This is right next to it. Naples yellow, ultramarine violet, yellow ochre, and cadmium red light. So basically the colors that we used for the house, for the all over with the, you know, for the house and the houses and the door. And let's do this with a round brush. Let's put a couple right there. Okay. I'm going to paint this part of the chimney as well. Just this is the titanium buff and Naples yellow. Actually, I really like this color. So I'm going to take some of this titanium buff and Naples yellow, paint this part of the house in the back. And let's paint windowsill. It's a cute color. This windowsill needs a bit of white in my titanium buff and Naples yellow, so we can see it more on this side. And this part over the window as well. If you can't see it, add white. You might have to put more. Yeah. This is so cute. Okay. All right, let's go back. I'm going to take a bit of red and mix it with this color, titanium buff, and just titanium buff and red. Let's make up a really nice pink. I'll put in it ultramarine violet. And now I'm going to take yellow, or actually yellow ochre, and put yellow ochre and titanium buff. And that's it. I'm not going to add any more colors. It's like a pastel kind of combination of colors in here. All right, let's take at this point white and titanium buff on my round brush. I'm going to go in between, round small brush, go in between and in between the stone work and add a little bit of this white color, whitish kind of. Oh, that is so cute. Okay. Now the same thing. I'm gonna take a little bit of more red and put a couple here on the chimney. This is a, I'm just mixing, I mixed ultramarine violet with yellow ochre, and I could put white in it, just a bit of white, not much, and water it down. So you could do the, you know how he usually puts, he uses a pen to draw. I'm using a brush. Okay. Maybe I highlight the house a bit more now that everything is dry. A bit of highlights. It's drying darker. I'm mixing yellow ochre, ultramarine violet. I put titanium buff in there. Maybe I shouldn't, but I'm just going to put it right now, and then I'll do the roof behind it. I shouldn't be doing this right now because if I do the roof behind it, it's going to kind of cover it, but that's okay. Let's put white. Yeah, white, actually, white is good. White with, mix yellow ochre, ultramarine violet, and white. A little kind of a round at the bottom. Okay. So I'm mixing white and titanium white and titanium buff together. Round brush. I'm going to put the window trims. Might as well. a bit of white. Highlight the top of the trim a bit with white. This should be white too. Okay. There would be a, I'm going to be putting a light right there over the door, so I'm going to leave that for now. All right, what else can we do today? We can do the steps because we're using the right colors. These are the right colors that we want. So I'm going to mix, let's take ultramarine violet, a little bit of yellow ochre, which gives you this muddy color, and Naples yellow. That's a good color. A little bit more Naples yellow. Okay. We will highlight them. Highlight the steps eventually. Or even kind of darken them in some areas using ultramarine violet. Now, I'm going to take white. Mix it with my ultramarine violet, Naples yellow and white. And I'm going to try, let's see, try to highlight. I don't know if I should be doing this now because the paint is still wet underneath, but yeah, why not? Yeah. The steps are uneven. Okay, we're going to be putting green around it, around the steps eventually. This is like a landing right here. I don't know why I'm putting this. There's no need. There. Let's put a couple of pink steps. All right, that's good. Oh my God, looks good.
Did a lot.
Huh?
Did a lot.
Yeah, we did a lot. Yes. I like the colors we're using, so we could. I'm thinking about doing this as well. the fence. All right, let's do that. Why not? Let's take titanium buff, mix some of the colors that we've been mixing here, maybe a little bit of red, ultramarine violet, and let's put some right here. This is the type of paintings where you know the more you paint, the nicer it looks. Let's take a tiny bit of ultramarine violet in there and try to darken this part of the fence. And in between. Okay. Ultramarine violet, yellow ochre, I'm going to put the same colors that I'm using here, any of these colors in here, combination. This is ultramarine violet and titanium buff. And I'm just going to put the first layer for the lighthouse. And we will highlight it next week or now, actually, if I have, if it dries quickly. Yep, let's take white. red, ultramarine violet, kind of a burgundy, and let's put a bit of the tiny bit of Naples yellow in there. Okay. We did a lot this week, so I'm going to stop and we'll continue next week. Okay, so this is where we're at. We're going to continue next week. This project is very cute. It's really extremely fun to paint.